Imagine an experience so intense that it changes every part of your life. And I'm talking about 75 Hard. This is a video that I'm making before the third time that I'm attempting to experience 75 Hard in my life. And I want to tell you about my plans for this time. I want to tell you about how I did it in the previous times. And I want to tell you what I learned in order for you to maybe jump in there with me. And if you stick until the end, I'm going to share how you can join me in this experience and we can do it together. Sounds good? Let's begin. Quickly, if you're unfamiliar with 75 Hard, I will quickly go through the things that you do in the challenge, all right? But I'm taking that you already know what 75 Hard is, but really quickly, okay, you do 5 things for 75 consecutive days. Those 5 things are, number 1, you do 2 45-minute workouts a day. One has to be outside no matter the weather. They cannot be one next to another. Like you cannot do an hour and a half and call it your 2 workouts, right? They have to be separated. All right, now the second thing is to read 10 pages of a book a day. It can be a personal development book or anything like that. Anything that can be just anything that teaches you something new. Drink a gallon of water. It's a lot of water, meaning you pee a lot. This is the hardest thing for me, by the way. Stick to a diet and no cheat meals whatsoever. You choose what diet that is. No alcohol whatsoever during that time. Lastly, 1 progress pic a day, 1 selfie a day. The progress pic that will either be able to show you the before and after, or you can even do a stop motion to see your progress and how you advanced. I recommend doing that in front of a mirror and in the same location in your house or whatever it is, the same mirror, same place, same location, so you can see the progress. The challenge was invented by Andy Frisella. He is an amazing entrepreneur. I follow this guy. He's the real deal. I can say that I've been following him for about 7 years or so. I take a lot from this guy, and this is a challenge that he invented. There's an official app if you want to download it in the App Store, 75 Hard. It will help you through the challenge. He has a book about it as well. And in the description below, I also share the official podcast that he released for the challenge, so you can listen to that podcast as well. So number 1, why would I even do this with a crazy schedule, such a busy schedule? I'm a business owner, I'm a father of 3. There's war going on here around my part of the world. It's like my schedule is so tight, I can't even fit a needle in it. And now the question is, why would I now dedicate about 3 hours a day to this weird challenge, right? Yeah, it sounds cool. Yeah, it sounds like the benefits are amazing, but 3 hours a day? Come on, like it doesn't even make sense. So I tell you that this is the 3rd time I'm doing this. And if I'm doing it again, that means that the previous 2 times were super successful. And I'll tell you why. The first time was in 2020. It was right before COVID hit and I just started my business. I was super afraid that I'm gonna lose my business to this challenge because instead of working and building a business, I'm actually out there doing this challenge. And the fact was, I was completely surprised by my business grew tremendously. No matter COVID, no matter anything, I was in top mindset, peak performance, and I built my business. And it wasn't despite the challenge, it was because of this challenge. Second time around was when I experienced a major setback in my business and I thought I was actually going to shut down the business. I really didn't know what to do, and I said, with everything around me like kind of being on fire, like the external world, everything was going wrong in my personal life, in my business, in the world around me, in like politics. Here there was like demonstrations and a lot of stuff on the street, so I was like feeling everybody's like such in a bad vibe. Mass layoffs in the high-tech world, the economy collapsing, everything was seeming like it's dark. And I said, the only thing I could do is go on and do the things which are under my control. So when everything around you is on fire, go within and make this the temple. And once I did this, you wouldn't believe it, but everything around me started flourishing. I built the business like from the setback. I built it stronger and better, and I finished the year with even more than I finished in the year prior to that. Given again, I have a 7-figure business with about 15 employees, so that's a lot on my plate. All right, it's not just like a small business. I'm super busy, super freaking busy. So why do it when you have so much on your plate? Well, I'm going to give you some answer that you probably haven't heard anywhere else. Right? So think about it this way. What do you lose by doing the challenge, right? Obviously, it's the time. It's the time that you think you don't have. 3 hours a day. Let's say 3 hours a day, right? 2 45-minute workouts. You got to read the book. Takes a lot of time. You want to shower after the workouts, whatever. Like, it takes time. But And here's the big but. Those 3 hours are the loss. What do you gain? So number one, you gain fitness and you gain your integrity, right? You said you're going to do like 5 things for 75 consecutive days, and you gain your integrity by actually doing what you said you're going to do. This and your self-confidence and the boost that you get is just unheard of. It's number one. Number two, think about your physical peak state when you're making decisions in your career, in your business, whatever it is, in your family. How do you want to show up? When you show up hydrated after workouts, think about how you show up. You show up energized. You show up in a good mood. You show up way better than you show up anywhere else. Here's another thing. As humans, we are made out of cells. Those cells are made out of atoms. And the atoms are 99% energy and 1% matter. This is science. 99% energy, 1% matter. So if we're talking about the physical benefits and everything like that, it's there. You'll lose weight, you'll gain mass, whatever you want to do. By the way, you got to have goals. I'll talk about that in a second. But the gains of energy are far more extended than the gains of physical matter. The gains of energy are the gains of the mind, are the gains of the manifestation in this world for you. Energy disregards space or time. Energy is like timeless, and it travels across continents, across universes. Energy is energy. And therefore, when you do this challenge and you get yourself in the right state, you increase your frequency at which you're levitating at, and therefore you show up in energy that attracts way more into your life and in energy that affects and influences others. When you levitate your energy, you are way more aligned. When you levitate your energy, you levitate yourself to far higher states. That's why you're able to close more clients or attract more leads or do a lot of things that you think are like, wait, how does this happen? But when you do 75 hard, you'll see things come at you which you didn't even expect. And let's talk about the 3 hours you lose. Well, yes, you can say I lose 3 hours, but hey, a lot of those 45-minute workouts, for me at least, are walks. I walk a lot. I mean, I work out at the gym. I have my BJJ. Like, I do a lot of like heavy lifting and stuff like that. But again, a lot of the workouts are walks outside. Sometimes I run, sometimes I walk. What do I do when I run? I listen to podcasts. What I do in the gym? Listen to podcasts and audiobooks. What do I do on walks? Either I listen to these podcasts or whatever, or I do strategy. I even talk to ChatGPT to help me with my strategy, and kind of like I consult with it about my vision and goals and strategy and whatnot. I just really talk to it while I'm walking like a mentor. But it's basically talking to myself and asking me myself questions which make me reflect and make me answer back. I get so much clarity out of those sessions. And one last thing, I do talk to prospective leads when I'm on that walk. So when I'm on that walk, I talk to leads as well. So even in these 3 hours that you, so to speak, lose, you actually gain a lot. You learn, you get other creative ways to build your strategy. You get time to reflect and then work on the business. It's kind of like working on the business when you're in this like kind of states. And besides that, yes, you do get to work out and sometimes be in a mode where all you focus on is mind over matter, mind over body. And those things are just like priceless. So now I'll get just to a few tips and what I'm planning to do, and you can do it as well. Number one, in the past 2 rounds of 75 hard. In the first one, I did it alone. Second one, I did it with my wife. My wife joined me without me asking her to join me or anything like that. So do it for yourself, number one. In the first round, I did it for myself. I didn't even ask her to do this. I didn't even tell her like this might be an option. I just did it for myself. And when she saw that the second time around, she said, hey, I'll join you. And it was amazing. This time around, she's not joining me. So what did I do? I actually communicated to her, listen, honey, I'm planning to start 75 hard. So communicate to your partners, your loved ones, that you want to start 75 hard. Let them know that they'll have to cover for you if you have kids every time you need a second worker or whatever, or put it in the schedule in a way that doesn't interfere with your lives. Or if it does interfere, at least communicate it and be transparent about it. Even put it on your calendars and send in invites. Do whatever you need to do in order to make sure this thing does not interfere with your relationships. Because you'll see if it doesn't interfere with your relationships regarding that time allocation, it will, you see your relationships flourish. Second thing, you have a diet and you have a plan to work out 2 times a day. So if you work out 2 times a day and you have a specific diet you must follow, don't you want to have specific goals? So my biggest tip to you is be intentional. Get a personal trainer, get a nutritionist, do blood work, go to a nutritionist, and make sure you have a diet plan that works for you. Go to a personal trainer, tell him and consult about your goals. Some people want to lose weight. Some people just want to gain mass. Some people want to gain mass while they're losing body fat. All those things are valid, but you got to have a plan. You got to understand what you want to achieve, because if you just do the challenge, you'll find yourself losing a lot of weight, and that might not look good. Just saying. First time around, when I did it, I lost too much weight, and then I was just looking kind of like, people were asking me, are you sick? Everything okay? Like, you lost a lot of weight. And I was like, proud that, you know, you can see my abs, but I could only see my abs because I lost so much body fat and I was just getting slimmer. Since my first time 75 hard, I already have a personal trainer, I already have a nutritionist, so now I'm going into it super intentional. I know exactly what I want to do. I got my diet plan, everything set. Next tip follows this one is don't wait until you get those. Stick to a diet. You can consult with ChatGPT or whatever you want, or anybody who you know that can help you understand the diet that you want to choose. Okay, but and then start the nutrition program while you're in 75 hard, because don't wait to start 75 hard until all the conditions are right. They're not going to be right. Always like, oh, it's winter, it's going to rain, or it's going to be snowing wherever you are in the world, or oh, it's summer, it's too hot, or oh, my kid's birthdays, you know, and I would like to eat the cake that we have for, like, so many things that I can think about. Like, oh, we have this like family vacation planned for, like, you know, in a month and a half. Always you're going to have things that you're saying, now is not the right time, I'll wait. Don't wait, just freaking start. I don't know about you. I believe in a world where we can be successful, where we can be spiritually successful, monetarily successful, and relationship-wise successful. And I mean on all aspects of life. I want to build a full stack life. 75 Hard is one of the programs that is aligned 100% with what I'm trying to build in this world. The first time I was kind of like an entrepreneur, and I'm like, entrepreneurs are like businessmen with suits and stuff, and like business people are like that. And I was in the 10X conference. I flew out to Las Vegas, and I was sitting in the crowd, and on stage, all of a sudden walks Andy Frisella. And Andy Frisella is like this, like, fit giant dude, like, you know, tough guy, like looking great with a black t-shirt, and gives the best motivational and business speech I've ever heard. And I'm like, wow, you can be such a successful business person and be fit and, like, you know, look great. Amazing. Like, and that's what I want for my life. I want to be in the best mental state. I want to work on my mental fitness. I want to work on my physical fitness. I want to work on my relationships. I want to be a great husband, a great dad. I want to be a great business person. I want to work on myself spiritually. I want to go to the spiritual gym. By the way, in this 75 Hard, I'm also doing another habit that I implemented into my life a couple months ago, which is daily meditations. So, closing call. If you want to join me, go to sagischreiber.com/75hard, and that will be a direct link to our WhatsApp community, where we are a couple of people already doing 75 hard. Gal, my great friend, is in there, and I have some other amazing people in this community already that some of them have done the 75 hard with me in the last time, and this is the same WhatsApp community from back then. So we kind of like reignited it for fun, accountability, support, and sharing resources. sagischreiber.com/75hard. So guys, I hope you got something out of this. If you have any questions, post them here in the comments. Also post in the comments, did it motivate you to try 75 hard? For me, I'm right now on day 3, so it's really just the beginning, but I'm excited. I made this video for you guys. If you want to get more tips on 75 hard, watch the full playlist. I'll link it down below in the description. All right, take care, good luck.